Hello and welcome to my channel once again, Raj's tutorial. Today we will learn a Tiger in the Zoo poem of class 10th by Leslie Norris. So before we begin the poem, I would like to introduce you the central idea of the poem. In this poem, the poet wants to depict the mental condition of a caged tiger. He tells the agony and the sufferings of the tiger who is locked up in a concrete cell. On the other hand, he compares the life of a tiger in the zoo with its life in its natural habitat. He wants to convey an important message that how the life of a wild animal would be if he is left in his natural habitat. So in the poem, he heightens the contrast between freedom and captivity. Okay, so he wants us, we human beings, to not to disturb wildlife. He wants the humans to let the animals live freely in their natural habitat. So it is very meaningful poem. So let us continue. Now we will read the poem stanza wise and we will go through the explanation. Shall we begin? Stanza 1. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet and his quiet rage. So the poet sees the tiger who is locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. So from the beginning itself you can make out that the tiger is captivated in a zoo, in a concrete cell. Okay, so it is a very small cage. The tiger can hardly take a few steps along the length of the cage. So he stalks. Stalks means to move quietly and slowly in a threatening way. So he is moving quietly in his vivid. Vivid means very clear, bright stripes. It has got stripes over its body. So it is a bright animal, majestic animal, as you know. So it is quite elegant also. So here, the poet wants to say that such a majestic, such a beautiful, and such a terrible, such a frightening tiger is locked up in a small cage, which is smaller than the height of the tiger, you can say. So he slowly moves up and down in his cage. The few steps of his cage means he can barely move, few steps only because the cage is very small on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. So, here the poet says that the tiger is moving on its pads. Pads means the soft part under the foot of a tiger. So, the tiger is moving on its velvety foot. In spite of all his strength, you can say, he now lies imprisoned behind the bars. Okay, now the tiger is angry, he is full of rage. Now you can see the last line, in his quiet rage. Two opposite meanings are being used here to express the mental condition of the tiger. So quiet means, you know, which is very silent. Rage means anger. So this is oxymoron, poetic device oxymoron has been used by the poet. But though the tiger is very angry, he is full of rage, but is quiet because he knows that he is helpless here. Second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. In this stanza, the poet has expressed the contrast life of the tiger when he is in his natural habitat. He says that the poor tiger should have been in his natural habitat, that is, the jungle, hunting and resting and enjoying his life. Then the life would have been totally different. He should be lurking in shadow. Lurking means he should be or he would be hiding in shadows of the bushes or of the trees. Okay, so sliding through long grass, and he might be sliding quietly through the long grass in the jungle near the water hole where plump deer pass. And he would then he would be waiting near the water hole. He would be waiting for some fat and healthy deer to pass so that he could make his meal and have a enjoyable night that day. So the free tiger would have lived his life in this way, would have enjoyed his feast, heavy feast. Got it? Stanza 3. He should be snarling around house at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. So, if he would have been in the jungle, okay, then he would have been snarling, means to make an angry and warning sound. He might be roaring around the houses at the jungle's edge, the houses which are at the edge of the jungle. Okay, bearing his white fangs, his claws. Bearing means showing. Showing his white fangs means fangs here means two long sharp teeth. Okay, and his terrible feet, you can see, terrible claws, you can see, while moving here and there in the jungle. Okay, and he would thus become a cause of terror for the villagers. Had the tiger been in the jungle, he might have been frightening the villagers, might have showing his white fangs and terrible claws, and that would be a cause of terror in the village. Okay, so stanza 4. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. But the poet sees the tiger is locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. So, but he is locked means he is helpless. Okay, he is locked in a concrete cell. His strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage. So, in spite of all his strength, he now he now is locked behind the bars, imprisoned behind the bars. Okay, stalking the length of his cage. Stalking means moving slowly and quietly. So he is moving quietly and angrily along the length of the cage. He could hardly take few steps, 3 or 4 steps, because the length of the cage would be the cage of the tiger only. Okay, sorry, the length of the tiger only. So he moves in an angry and threatening manner. He is angry because he wants to be out of the cage. Okay, so the tiger is in quiet rage. Rage means anger. Ignoring visitors, though many visitors visit there to see him, to look at him, but he completely ignores them. Okay, so because he knows that none of the visitor would be releasing him from the prison, from the jail. Okay, so and moreover the presence of the visitors is troubling the tiger because he cannot take rest, neither uh, any rest during the day. So last stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So, due to the visitor, the tiger gets no rest during the day. Even at night, he remains disturbed because due to the noise that comes from the patrolling car. Patrolling means those who take round in the jungle to have a regular check, okay, whether the animals are safe or not. So because of that patrolling car, the tiger is unable to sleep at night too. Got it? So the tiger has thus lost all his hope and feels very helpless. The patrolling cars and the stares with his brilliant eyes. So he thus stares means to look continuously with hope, okay, at the brilliant stars that are shining in the sky, in the hope that somebody would come and release him from that jail. Okay, and also he wants to sort some comfort by looking at that natural beauty in the sky. His brilliant eyes shows that he still hopes that the day would come when he would run free in the jungle behind his prey and live in the natural habitat. Got it? So, why he is staring at the stars? In the hope that he would one day come out of the cell and live a natural life. So, that is all in the poem. I hope you might have understood. Got it, children? So, let us talk about the poetic devices here. Poetic devices. Come to the first paragraph. Velvet, quiet, quiet rage. See, quiet, quiet words are repeated. This is repetition. Then let us move to the last paragraph. Brilliant eyes, brilliant stars. Brilliant, brilliant are repeated again. That is repetition. Please make a note of it. Now we will come to the next, that is velvet quiet. He stalks in his vivid stripes. Stalks, stripes, SS. This is alliteration. Consonant sound. Initial consonant sound has been repeated here. Got it? But he is locked in a concrete cell. So here you can say concrete cell. Co and so. I don't find it is alliteration. So let it be passed on. I told you about quiet rage. Quiet rage is oxymoron. Oxymoron. Okay. So this you write because two opposite meanings are showing the mental condition of the tiger. Now rhyming scheme. Can we see the rhyming scheme in stanza 1? A, B, C, B. A, B, C, B. Correct. Then second stanza. A, B, C, B. Same. Third stanza. A, B, C, B. Correct. Fourth stanza. A, B, C, bars, visitors. When you find out, I don't find A, B, C, D. Okay. Randomly it is written. So no rhyme here. Okay, last stanza. A, B, C, B. A, B, C, B. Got it? So first, second, fifth, third, they have got rhyming scheme A, B, C, D. So I finish my explanation here. Hope you had enjoyed. So please do not forget to subscribe my channel and do press thumbs up button. Write your comments in the comment box. Meet you in the next video. Till then, see ya.